Look, we gotta watch our backs at all times, cause there's snakes in the grass and they trying to catch us slipping. I'm a winner, and I love the summer and spring way too much to fall. So slipping ain't an option. You feel me? Today, we're gonna cover Pop Smoke's untimely death, 50 Cent and Redfin, and Lil Baby and commercial property and things. You ready? All right, let's go.
What's up, fam? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, fam? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, fam? What's up? What's up?
What's up, fam? Matthew Sewell here, real estate plug, your realtor and investment strategist, back with another episode of Rap and Real Estate, where we talk rap, artists, their lyrics, and all things real estate. So let's get into it. Yo, they caught my man's Pop Smoke slipping. Pop Smoke, most well known for his song Welcome to the Party, was just murdered on Wednesday the 19th around 4:30 a.m. The home was an Airbnb rental owned by Teddy Mellencamp Arroyave and her husband, Edwin Arroyave. I like the way that name sounds, Arroyave. Now that I mentioned Airbnb, I'm a little curious as to who's going to be responsible for the damages. I don't believe it should be the owner because they had nothing to do with it. And Airbnb does have $1 million insurance policy, so I believe that they're responsible for it and they're going to take care of it. I do agree, and I'm very aware that it's a bigger situation than some holy furniture and some blood-stained fabric, flooring, whatever the case. Somebody's man just got killed, but I am still a little curious. Oh yeah, the homeowners. Apparently, Teddy Mellencamp Arroyave is on the show The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I say apparently because I've never seen the show. Never have I ever seen the show The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So judge me if you will. But maybe I should have, because then I would have known that Teddy's husband, Edwin, is the founder of Skyline Security Management, which is the largest authorized dealer of Brinks Home Security. Brinks Home Security. Now let that sink in. Sources say that there were at least 4 men hoodied up and ski masked down, and allegedly a couple of them broke into the home and smoked Pop Smoke before fleeing on foot. And it's reported they didn't leave with anything, which doesn't make it sound like a robbery. Sounds like something targeted. According to the LA Times, Pop may have given away his location by way of social media posts. He was posting gift bags and his address showed up on one of them. And he actually received the gift bags for going number 7 on the Billboard 200 just the Tuesday prior, which shout out to Pop Smoke. That's an amazing accomplishment. And my mans have been working, putting on for Brooklyn. And speaking of Brooklyn, Pop Smoke was rushed by ambulance to the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in West Hollywood, where he was pronounced dead, which happened to be the same place that the notorious B.I.G. died. R.I.P. Yo, if this home belonged to a man in the home security business, there had to be numerous cameras set up. Definitely does sound like a setup. I'll be surprised, but not too surprised, if they don't catch whoever did this, with the case being what it is. Now, I don't like talking about negative news or death, murder, or anything of the like, because my goal is to positively impact you and those around you with love and life. But I wanted to share this because I do feel like there's a very valuable lesson or lessons here. Use your tools wisely. If you have skills, talents, abilities, or security systems, they're not doing anybody any good if they're not being used. I feel like there's a lesson in flexing for the gram in here. Maybe flex responsibly? Yeah, that's it. Flex responsibly. Maybe if he hadn't posted his address online, this would have never happened. And it's terribly unfortunate that it did, but there's a lot of snakes in the grass, so you gotta keep the grass cut. Flex responsibly. They say it's lonely at the top, and whatever you do, you always gotta watch motherfuckers around you. No one is untouchable, no man is bulletproof, for we all must meet our moment of truth. So we gotta watch the company we keep, because we've seen it countless times. The same shiesty cats that you hang with and do your thing with can set you up and wet you up. And that's word to Gangstar. Now, I'm not saying that this was a setup. I have absolutely no way of knowing, but I would not be surprised because we've seen this before, and it be the ones closest to you. R.I.P. Pop Smoke. I know we're definitely gonna miss your music, your energy, and your art, and I know New York is definitely gonna miss you some tough. Now, speaking of New York, I just caught wind of increased home values in the Southside Jamaica, Queens area. You know, a bunch of artists that came out of Southside Jamaica, Queens. And 50 Cent's childhood home on 161st was sold by none other than Curtis Jackson in 2017 for, I think it was $360,000. Fast forward a few years, and Redfin is saying that that same home that had been updated and rehabbed is worth 489 rackles. Now, Redfin is a dope site and source, as is Zillow and Trulia. But the problem with these sources is that they're not entirely accurate for property valuations. And it's actually a joke amongst industry professionals that the Z in Zillow stands for accuracy. Because the best way to get an accurate property valuation is by contacting a realtor, such as myself, or somebody you know, love, and trust, such as myself, and allowing us to do a property valuation on your home, taking into consideration the current condition, beds, baths, area, updates, things of the like, in order to get you an accurate property valuation based on what's sold in the area. So if you want to sell your home and you have a number in mind, just know that you're gonna have something to prove. Let the data be your guide. And since I mentioned something to prove, Lil Baby's got a new album coming out entitled My Turn, on which he has a song called Something to Prove. And in this song, Something to Prove, he mentions some things real estatey. So let's jump into the song. Hey Siri, play that Lil Baby joint. Oh, Lil Baby? Hey, he hot right now too, boy, you know what I'm saying? Here you go. Slap.
Overseas got a crowd doing mosh pit. Can't believe that I'm still in apartments. Businessman went and got me in office. Eviction notice my sister, my mamas. Now they houses as big as they want them.
Now I'm feeling this song because I definitely feel the same way. I for sure feel like I've got something to prove. And he mentions apartments, and I'm a heavy advocate for apartments. Not the renting part, but the owning part. And as a matter of fact, I'm looking for some apartments right now. So if you own some, or you know somebody that does, and you're looking to move into something different, hit me up and let's make some happen. Now, he's saying that he's living in these apartments, and I believe that he's talking about renting. But the visual that I like a lot more than him renting is him owning these apartments. I like apartments a lot more than large luxury homes because we've seen it time and time again. Artists, entertainers buy or build large luxury homes for one number and end up selling them for a discounted number after. Now, who's to say that you can't do both, right? You can definitely have a large luxury compound, home, fortress, whatever the case, and have apartment complexes. But I don't like hearing about or seeing artists, rappers, entertainers buying homes and having to sell them at discounted prices, essentially fire selling them after the fact. It really breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Now, I get it. As an entertainer, there's a certain type of lifestyle that you want to lead. There's a certain type of privacy that you need. So I completely understand having the need to have a big home, maybe for entertaining, whatever the case. I completely understand. I just don't like the loss of money that usually comes from selling that property after the fact. That's why I prefer, not saying that you can't do both, because you definitely can, but that's why I prefer apartment buildings, because that's an income stream, right? You can have a number of tenants that are gonna pay for your expenses over time, during, after the fact, and I believe it to be a better investment than a large luxury compound. I don't know a lot of rappers that would want to live in an apartment complex that they own. Not everybody's Rollo, right? Which, free Rollo, by the way. I know that I would not mind living in my apartment complex if I were a famous artist, but I might have to wear some disguises or something. But I don't see myself living anywhere full time. I view every residence as like a part-time situation, so I would not mind pulling up to my apartment complex in some disguises every now and then. I don't know. I'm just saying that I like apartment complexes better than luxury homes because I believe them to be a better investment. Why? Well, the value of commercial buildings and apartment complexes is determined more so off the revenue that they bring in, your return on investment, the cap rate, more than the recent solds in the area like residential places are. And there's a ton of tax benefits that you can benefit from when owning commercial real estate. There's a lot of them when you own residential properties as well, but I'm not gonna get into it, just know that there's a lot. Lil Baby also mentions eviction notices, and those are not fun. I haven't received any, thank God, but I can imagine and I know how that would feel. But rest assured, you have tenants' rights, and there are organizations in place to make sure that your rights aren't being violated. If you would like to know what those rights are, just do a Google search, or you can hit me directly and I can either show you some, you can check my website because I'm gonna put some up there too, but just know that you have rights. And lastly, he mentions buying homes for his mom and his sister. And if you recall previously, that's what bosses do. Bosses take care of the family. And I'm a huge advocate for taking care of the family. Mom's gets whatever she wants. In the video, he's buying somebody who I believe to be his mother, but she looks young, so it could be his sister. I don't know, but he's buying somebody a home, hands the keys, and that makes me proud. So I believe that to be real life. Shout out to you, Lil Baby. Keep doing boss shit. In the video, he's seen buying somebody a home who I believe to be his mom, but she looks young, so it could be his sister. I'm not too sure, but whatever the case, this is dope. So shout out to you, Lil Baby, for being a boss, taking care of business, taking care of the family, and keep up the good work, my man. And you don't have to be a rapper or an entertainer to be a boss. Just play your part, begin with the end in mind, and use your tools wisely. Now, I know we covered a few things today, but I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think really happened to Pop Smoke. Was it a setup? Is it ironic that the home that he was killed in belonged to a home security mogul? What do you think about Southside Jamaica Queen's home values over the last few years? Do you think 50 should have sold his house? Do you have any thoughts or experiences with Redfin's home values? Or what about Lil Baby buying his family a home? If you're gonna buy your family members a home or homes, Where would you buy and why? I want to know. So leave your questions, thoughts, or comments in the comments below, or you can hit me directly. And with that being said, if you have any questions on anything that you've seen or heard, do not hesitate to hit me up. You can find more information on my website at www.myrealestateplug.com, or you can find me on all the social medias at myrealestateplug. You can call or text me. And remember, my name is Matthew Sewell. I'm your real estate plug, and I'm here with you and for you.